name's Alex Rodriguez, reminding you,
You don't need a contractor, you need a team of pros.
Hey everybody, Alex with Bay Cities Construction here. Welcome to our show. This is the construction show where we talk about all things residential construction. I want to share with you a cool project that we just finished in beautiful Hermosa Beach, California. This was a kitchen remodel. I'm going to walk you through the whole project and show you what we did, show you what we had to do to get it done, and very excited to get this, to share this project with you. And remember, this show is interactive, so please post your comments, post your questions. We're gonna have somebody here at our studio reading off your questions, so the show's a lot more fun if you're involved. So let's get started. So this is a pretty white kitchen. Now, it is the trend now. So, we designed towards our customer. Our customer wanted a nice clean look, something that popped and that showed really some modern appliances, right? So we got white cabinets, we've got this beautiful island, and I'm gonna walk you through some of the features of this kitchen. So let's start off with the sink. If you notice, the sink has got quite a few things going on there. You got a few different valves, and you got a full backsplash. This is a beautiful, beautiful quartzite, not to be confused with quartz. All right, quartzite is a natural stone, and if you look at the square profile of the countertops, we made this. This is custom made by our expert craftsmen. You'll notice that the veining, the pattern on the marble carries through the flat surface, the edge, and all the way to the back side. So you notice we have a few outlets. By code, we got to put these things in. We're going to put these 2 feet apart. But in this case, we didn't want to take away from the beauty of the stone, so we actually put some colored outlets in here. And these are all custom cabinets. This is an undermount sink. It's a stainless steel sink. And the cabinets here, these are European style cabinets. So you're gonna have a ton of space on the inside of these cabinets. The setup really is really nice. This is a very common kitchen dimension for the house is a tall and skinny, right? So here in Hermosa and in Remodel Beach, there's a ton of these houses, even in Manhattan Beach. A ton of these houses. So we have a rectangle space, right, that we have to deal with. Oftentimes we have to incorporate the kitchen into the dining and living space so that everything looks real nice. So here's a little close-up. So can anybody tell me what all these apparatuses are? I've got some gift cards to give away, so I'm going to be asking you a couple little quiz questions. For those of you get them right, I'm going to send them out to you. I got gift cards for we have Home Depot, Pete's Coffee, Starbucks Coffee, and a few other little surprise vendors there. So if you guys can tell me what you think this valve is right here, if you guys can guess this right, what this is hooked up with or hooked up to, I'll give you guys a gift card. If you can tell me what this one is on the end here, I'll also give you a gift card for that. Now I'm going to give you a hint. They're made by Kohler faucets. So here's a shot of from the living room into the kitchen, and we have a full built-in refrigerator here. So the top side's the fridge, the bottom side is the freezer. Take a look at this floor. What do you guys think of this floor? What do you guys think of this gray floor? Now, I'm gonna give you a gift card for this, for whoever can guess this right. Tell me what the flooring is. Is the flooring tile? Is it engineered? Is it, sorry, let me go back here. Is it tile? Is it engineered? Is it hardwood floor stained? Give me an idea of what, take a guess. If you get it right, I'm gonna set you guys up with a gift card. The first person that gets it right, we'll be sending them down. And then you'll have to instant message me so I can get your address and send it over to you. So take a look at this, this built-in here for a sec. Basically, you have to buy a refrigerator that we can mount the panels to, right? And then our cabinet makers, our expert craftsman cabinet makers, will make the panels, and we'll get it installed for you. So this setup here is really cool. It's very integrated. Now my customer who loves detail opted to get these little legs done. See this little detail here at the end? This is definitely an upgradable type of feature. The crown is also upgraded, kind of like the upgraded crown. It's kind of like the very fancy schmancy setup there. It's a 2-stage crown.
The kitchen you want today from Bay Cities Construction in the Southern California and Los Angeles area. There is no better company who takes time out of the equation to get you a detailed plan of what your new kitchen will look like. For $297, get your design plans done, your interior design plans done, and entire project scope done right now. Get your finished kitchen in 90 days or less. We are the best in the Los Angeles and Southern California area, and there's no need to shop anywhere else. Just get started with Bay Cities Construction. Go to baycitiesconstruction.com. That's baycitiesconstruction.com.
It's kind of a little bit of a wider shot. Now look at the cooktop. Pretty cool. It's an electric cooktop. We don't sell appliances. We'll install them in there for you. But you know, she has a small child, and making sure that the kids don't get burned or get hurt was something that was really important. That is important, obviously. In order to accomplish that, this cooktop only gets hot when it makes contact with the pot or the pan. So that's a really, really cool feature when you have an island that people can approach, right? So that's a nice little setup. And we're gonna put together a list of all the appliances and a list of the fixtures that we used, so you guys can download them when this broadcast is over. Let's look at the back side of the island. So this is basically right behind the stove here. A lot of really cool storage. These are all full pull-out drawers. Take a kind of a close look at this profile edge, because this is pretty close, right? You can see that the veining gets carried in from the top surface. I mean, man, that really requires an expert mason to put this together for you. It's taken a lot of time for us to find to team up with the team of masons that we have now. We're really proud of the work that they are able to do. So this angle is from the dining room looking straight out. If you notice, you can see the couch off to the right here. This is just more storage. In some of these islands, you'll have like a seating area. In this case, we didn't need to, because literally where I took the shot here, that's the dining room. So there's no point. It's kind of like a redundant deal to put a seating area. So she opted in to put a bunch of storage on there. This is really, it kind of acts as kind of like a buffet. You could have like the eating utensils and plates and kind of overflow stemware and dishes and stuff there, so you don't have to go all the way around. So it's a really cool setup. This is an ideal setup for a tall and skinny. Tell me what you think. You guys like it? What do you guys think of this toe kick setup here? You see this profile here? See how they're called legs, corner legs, and it really just gives an architectural feature to the space. Now I gotta warn you about this. I had my mixed feelings about doing this, because this is along a walkway, and I was scared that that her husband, who's a really, really cool guy, is an expert bodybuilder. I can't tell you his name now because I haven't asked him for permission for that. But this guy's like he's a huge dude, he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger size, right? He's a big dude. And I was really worried that they would be constantly stubbing their toe on that. So, you know, these are little small things that we have to consider. But it's important, and we're constantly juggling aesthetics with like function, right? Hey, do we have any questions out on any of the feeds?
Yeah, Mary from Remodeling Beach is asking the question: what is that door panel style?
So this is a modified shaker. So it has basically, it's a shaker style door, and then there's like a little molding piece there that gets kind of tacked on after the door is created, and it gives you that architectural feature there. So some people don't like the door to be so plain, so they opt in for a little bit of millwork right there. That's that setup right there. That's good, cool questions. Any other questions?
Yeah, this one is from Jared.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Jared says he's near Manhattan Beach. Do you need building permits?
Absolutely. This project had some structural work because we removed some walls. Typically, I would say 99% of all kitchen remodels, you're going to need to pull permits. It's just part of the deal. I know some people have some apprehensions about it, but it's good for you as the homeowner to have the permits pulled and to have a third party inspect that your contractor is doing a good job for you. So yes, the answer is yes. Let's look at some other features here. This is the first time we've installed this, this hood. Okay, so many times people, I get a lot of pushback from people having the traditional kind of chimney hood setup where it kind of is like in your face and it creates an obstruction. This type of a setup here is really cool. It's completely 100% flush with the ceiling. And yes, it works. The fan motor in that thing it's huge. We had to frame out a box to be able to put the motor in there. And we had to do quite a bit of roof framing to make space for the venting so it would operate correctly. It is a very quiet unit and it works really good at getting the food odor and stuff out. It's almost like an oversized fan to compensate for the fact that it doesn't, that it's so far away from the cooking surface. But it's a really neat piece of machinery. Now notice that we have a drop down ceiling here, right? And here you've got the exposed beams. So a lot of the skinnies will have a variation of this, and I have some pictures, some progress pictures that'll show like what this looked like before. But you know, a big challenge in this job was getting the ceiling surfaces to look normal. Like we want your kitchen remodel to look like it was originally designed like that. And many times in these skinnies, it looks choppy. The flow of the kitchen is poor, right? So we created a good flow around the island. Your island is the showcase here. It's a big island. That's why we put such a dramatic stone. You see the movement in the stone. It's really cool. But the size of the island is pretty substantial. Like we used up one entire stone for the island. And there's really good flow on all four sides of the island. So let's talk about the flooring and outlets. Oh, you got a question? We got a question, guys? What do you got?
Yeah, I've got a question from Tina, who is in El Segundo.
All right, Tina from El Segundo. Hello, Tina.
She asks, how long did this project take to complete?
This project took over 3 months, and there was a lot of structural stuff. This kitchen is on the second floor, so we had to, when we took out the wall, we had to reinforce all the way down to the ground. So it's kind of it was a definitely lengthier process. There was some additional work that was added during the course of construction. So it took probably maybe 3.5, 4 weeks longer than we normally would take on a project this size. But that's just part of the deal. Part of the deal of working in Hermosa and part of the scope. Do we have any guesses for the flooring? Do we have any guesses posted on any of the social media? Nothing yet? Hey guys, guess. If you guys can guess what this flooring is it tile? Is it engineered wood? Or is it tile engineered wood or real wood? Whoever gets it right, we're going to set you up with a free gift card to Pete's or the Home Depot.
Are you looking for a bathroom remodel in the Southern California and Los Angeles area? If you've shopped and you've looked at prices and have no clue where to start, let Bay Cities Construction get you started with a quote of $297. That's a $2,000 value plan for only $297. Get design, interior design, project scope, and know exactly what it will cost to get your bathroom remodeled. There is no guesswork and no need to shop around. Just take time out of the equation to get your new bathroom in 90 days. Get your estimate now at baycitiesconstruction.com. That's baycitiesconstruction.com.
So we got a split screen here. This kind of gives you an idea of the amplitude of space of the counter, basically the countertop to cabinet, to the top cabinet. You know, you got to make sure that you leave enough space so that you can put a bunch of different types of appliances. In this case, it's just a coffee maker, but I know they wanted to have space for like a juicer and stuff like that. So they wanted to have a good amount of clearance in there. So that's what we got going on here. This house has really nice light. It faces west. So, you know, we wanted to make sure that you could, since it's a tall and skinny, right? It's narrow, but the space is long. So you wanna create a floor plan that flows well. And in this particular case, they have a balcony out there, so you can barbecue out there, bring in the food. You can cook some food here in the kitchen. You can barbecue outside. The house is really set up now to entertain. It has a really nice flow. So this is what it looked like before. Does your kitchen look like that? In fact, if you sent me a picture of what your kitchen looks like right now, the first 5 people, I'll send you a gift card. So go ahead and post, even if it's after the live broadcast, go ahead and post what your kitchen looks like now, and we'll send you a gift card for participating in the program. So let's see. So yeah, that's all they have. So let's see. What do we got? Another question?
Yeah. Yeah, a fellow says John N. He's also from Redondo Beach, and he says, "Well, how do I make my kitchen look larger?"
Funny, that's a great segue question right here. So, the best way is to make it larger. In this case, there was a partition wall. Let me go back to this picture here. So you notice where the fridge is now? This area right here where the fridge is, that was the end of the kitchen. The kitchen literally went from here to there, and the fridge was an obstruction to get to the back bedroom back there, right? So here, what we did is we basically took that wall. This was a bedroom here. It is now the dining room. And in this picture, I'm actually in the kitchen looking out. So we had to put this post in the way so that it would create it would be a support for that huge beam that's in the background. So without getting too technical, let me go to this next shot and you can see what we put in. We put in order to hold this beam, we put in this beam in. See that? And then we framed it. We framed this space in, which is what you're looking at here. And then we insulated all of this because, unfortunately, this area here is not insulated. You know, it's just part of the deal. You know, sorry, your house was built in the 70s. Insulation wasn't that important, I guess. But we definitely insulated this section. It's going to help cut the noise down from the heating system, and it's also going to help keep the temperature down in the house. So this back area here was part of the old bedroom, and we cut out a pantry there. And now, see, that's the pantry wall that you see right here now. You got any questions? You got a question back there? No question. Okay, cool. All right, so let's keep going. So we framed out a larger window, framed out the back wall of the pantry, put in the new beam, and voila, you've got a bigger kitchen, at least the bones for a bigger kitchen. This is kind of in the next stage of production where all the framing's wrapped up, and we put in this gigantic freaking fan. It took 4 guys a good part of the day to get that thing in. That thing is like really big. I had to get my little guy. I do have a little crew member, luckily. It's not an accident that we have him. We need a little dude to jump in an attic to get into the spots where the bigger guys don't fit. So it took 4 guys a good part of the whole day to get this thing in there. But they got it done. So it looks nice and clean. And this is what she looks like now. A little splash of beauty right here. I got to tell you, I'm very proud of this kitchen. This is probably the top 5, one of the top 5 kitchens that we did last year. So my name's Alex with Bay Cities Construction. I'd love to answer any questions. Do we have any questions on the live feed? Anything? Go ahead. Go for it.
TJ, who didn't show where he is, or she for that matter, but the question is, where is this?
This kitchen is in Hermosa Beach. It's in Skinny, probably 4 or 5 blocks from the beach. Has a nice ocean view. It was really nice going to this place because in the morning the view from that back balcony is beautiful. But yeah, it's in Hermosa Beach. You got any other questions? Have you guys, any of you thinking about doing a kitchen? What's holding you back? What do you, I mean, a lot of times people can't make a decision on the design. Any of you guys have any design questions? Okay, anybody else posted anything?
There is one more question.
All right.
From Franco, who is apparently a little north of us, around LAX area.
Oh, okay, cool.
Franco is asking about the project, and it says, do you have to move out on a project this large?
Oh, that's a great.
Out of the area.
That's a great question. They moved out for a little bit. The flooring, during the flooring, that was probably the time that I think they definitely had to like be out of the house for a few days. But they lived through 70% of this remodel. I would say a big percentage of people actually lived through a remodel this big. So it's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's major construction. You got during the framing days, we had like 5-6 people there. On some of the days, we had a mixed crews. So we had some people from electrical, we had some people from plumbing, some people doing framing. It's kind of crazy. It's possible you could live through it, but it's not recommended. Definitely not for the faint of heart. I've had some customers that are pretty hardcore. They live through the plastic. The whole place is all wrapped in plastic, and they're in there. So it's up to you. There'll be some portions of the construction that you really can't be in there. So like if we're laying tile, you can't be in there because you can't walk on it for 24 hours after it's set. So it depends on how your house is laid out, how we phase in the different aspects, the different phases, how we actually start the different phases of the construction. Those will all be determining factors. And really, you know, your threshold for you know, disruption of your personal space.
Alex Franco has a follow-up.
Okay, go for it.
He says, thanks. I have a small kitchen. I have a small kitchen. Do you only work on large projects like this one?
Absolutely not. For us, it is way more important that we are a fit, you know, personality-wise, than the size of the project. So there are some projects that are too small. Like, you know, if you call me for like a $2,000-$3,000 size project, it's probably not something that we would take on now. But we do kitchen and bathroom remodels. So if you've got a full remodel that you want to do, whether it's custom cabinets or prefabricated cabinets, we can definitely help you with that. It's, yeah, it's more important that we're a good fit personality-wise, because, you know, for the most part, if we're going to be together working on a project for 2 months, you know, you want to make sure that you can trust us, that we can work with you, and for the most part, I think that's a lot more important than the dollar figure. Anything else? What else we got? Let me go back to some of these pictures here and get a little inspired by some of your questions. So has anybody, has anybody given us a guess on what that flooring is? Is it engineered floor? Is it tile? Is it real wood? After the broadcast, I'd love to see what, if you guys have a guess, go ahead and post it anyway. If you're the first one to guess, we'll definitely we'll send you a gift card. What else we got going on, guys? What else we got?
We had a question from somebody in Redondo Beach. They
Okay,
said,
great.
I live in Redondo Beach, and my kitchen is tiny. What are some ideas to make better use of my small kitchen space?
So a lot of the kitchens down here in the South Bay are small. If you can't remove a wall, you probably should consider upgrading to custom cabinets. Custom cabinets are going to give you custom storage solutions. So a lot of times you'll lose space on those dead corners. With a custom cabinet, you can have a really cool piece of hardware that'll help you get into the nooks and crannies of those corners that tend to be dead corners, right? Dead space. That's definitely a good strategy. Ideally, we would like to absorb a piece of another room. So like if you've got a closet, a linen closet, in this case, we absorbed the whole bedroom. I mean, it was a little bit drastic, but it definitely solved the problem of making this kitchen bigger, making it flow better. They do have 2 bedrooms downstairs, so I mean that does definitely help. But if you can't make it bigger, you want to maximize the storage, and one of those options is custom cabinets, utilizing custom cabinets. Well, folks, if there aren't any, we got another question. Got another one? Okay.
One last one, if you have time.
Oh yeah, we have time. Let's roll.
Well, so Juan in Torrance is asking. Interesting question now that we're facing the situation we're facing in California right now. Will remodeling my kitchen affect my property taxes? Okay.
If you don't add, typically speaking, when you add square footage to the house, that is what triggers a reassessment, okay? In this case, we didn't add any square footage, basically just an interior remodel. That does not trigger a reassessment. Okay, it's basically when you add square footage, when your place gets reassessed, not just pulling permits. So you shouldn't be scared about pulling permits that you may get reassessed. Okay, that typically speaking, I haven't heard of that occurring. But that is a good question, and that's a question that a lot of people are concerned about. So thanks for asking that. Hey folks, please don't forget to share if you like this. If you know somebody that is considering a kitchen or bathroom remodel or any type of residential remodel, share our program with them. This is for you. We shoot this show so that you can learn more about construction. You learn more about remodeling. You can understand what are the steps that are necessary in order to accomplish a remodel. And this show's for you. It's a great resource. It's something that we spend a lot of time creating this content for you so you can be a better informed consumer. My name's Alex with Bay Cities Construction, reminding you, you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros.